You can't even hold it. It's hot. It's getting hotter. All right, what's going on, friends? In this video, I'm gonna be taking this heater and showing you step by step on how to hook up everything that's in here. And I will go a little bit over how to start it, how to prime it from start to finish. It's really not that hard, but the instructions in the manual are really not, they don't explain it really well at all. I'll have to give you a little teaser. This thing ends up being quite an awesome little heater. I have it here in my garage. I think this thing is actually probably going to heat my garage. Just follow along. It's really not that hard. Let me show you everything that did come in the box. Like, you'll get your heater. I built this stand. This did not come with it. I will show you kind of what I did here, but you do get this heater, and there's a little metal plate here. I'll show you that here in a second. Then you get all these parts. You're going to get hose clamps for like your exhaust pipe. And then this is going to be for like your cold air intake pipe. Some of this stuff I probably won't use. You'll get a fuel pump in it. A bunch of little clamps here. These little tiny clamps look like this. Those are for like your fuel line. That's what this green line is. And then you'll get all the wiring right here. It does come with a little remote and a muffler. I think I'm going to try this first just to see how loud it is without the muffler, because it pretty much goes straight through. It's just going to muffle the sound. I don't think it's going to hurt it if I don't put this on, but we'll see how loud it is. So that way, just in case you guys don't want to use the muffler, you don't have to. Oh, you get a little pipe. This is for your hot air that's going to come out of this. Like, this end here is going to suck air in. This end here is going to blow the hot air out. That's what these two pieces are for. I don't think I'm going to use this piece, but it does come with this, but I probably will use this piece. And then along with the remote, this is going to be the screen to turn up and down the temperature. Oh, and something really important, if you do end up getting this, or you have this right now, this is the fuel tank. And it does not have a spot, but I'm going to show you how to put it. This right here is what I'm going to hook the fuel line up to, but it is not on the fuel tank. Now, all those parts are right here are all the parts for the fuel tank. They come in this little plastic bag. That will be inside this. You're going to have to take this cap off. For some reason they put that in there, if you're wondering where it's at. You just dump that out. Then you'll have the bolts to bolt this on to wherever you want. If you want to bolt this like inside your camper or inside your truck, you can bolt this, screw this inside your truck, and we will put the connector on to connect the fuel line. And this is made to connect to 12 volt or 24 volt. So if you have a 12 volt battery in your car or truck, you can connect this right to your 12 volt battery. Me, since I'm doing it here at my house, I have an AC to DC converter. That is what I'm going to use. That does not come with that, but that's what this is right here. Now, if you were using this in your shop, you could still just bring a battery out of, like a battery maybe out of your lawnmower or out of your car. They should be 12 volt batteries, and I could just stick a battery there, hook it to the battery, and it should run. It does come with a fuel filter. This little thing here is for the fuel pump. That's what that's going to go in. Now, let me show you what I've done so far. What I've already done is on the bottom side of this, I mounted this metal plate that you'll see that comes with it, and it has 4 nuts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Real simple. I mounted that to the heater itself, and then I built this stand. All right, on the fuel tank, since it really does not tell you, I'm going to guess you would put your fuel line where you're going to connect your fuel line, either here, see it's here, or here. So there's a nice little flat spot to put it. All right, I'm going to use a 5/16 inch drill bit to put this on my fuel tank. Now, this is how I did it. I pretty much have a board, and I just drilled a couple holes in there with different drill bits to see what that would be. So just in case you wanted to try that, I would think they would give you the same exact one, but mine is a 5/16. I'm not sure what that is in millimeter, but and you're going to get this little piece just like that. You're going to put that O-ring. There's an O-ring. Put an O-ring on there, and it does come with another O-ring. That one's going to go on the outside. First you got to put that one on because this is going to slide down in there and go on the inside. I see a lot of people put it like this. I think I'm going to put my tank like this. And I'm going to put my fuel line right there. I guess you can do it however you want. They don't tell you. I mean, but you could put yours like this, put your fuel line there, put it at the bottom, wherever you want. Now, if you put it there, you're not going to get all this fuel. So if you put it like that, I would think I would put it at the bottom. But if I put it right there and put it like that, I'm just going to have that little bit of fuel left. And I kind of like having just a little room at the bottom. In case somehow something got in my fuel, it will stay in there. It's very, very easy to drill through. Kind of think it's definitely a little thicker here in these spots. Looks like it. Make sure I get, hopefully none of that stuff stay down in there. This is what I got. I think this is like a 12 gauge wire. Now I am going to stick this wire in this hole like that. And that's how I'm going to get that down in there. Push it down in. I'm going to kind of stick this up against the side. Bend it so I have the right bend. I'm going to stick it in there. Oh, there it is. That wasn't that bad. Pull my wire out. Hopefully. There we go. Take that other the O-ring, slide that over the end, and hold that. Take the nut that was in there. That nut is a 12 millimeter. Hopefully I can kind of hold it here. Now I was able to just kind of hold that with my hands and it didn't spin, so hopefully that's what you guys can do. It seems like I flattened that down. You don't need to, don't over tighten that. It doesn't have to be super, super tight. You don't want it too loose because you don't want it to leak. But that O-ring should seal that up. I'm going to take this fuel line. I'm going to put that on there. This is way more fuel line than I need. This looks like something that would be nice maybe to upgrade down the road, but I'm going to use everything that came in this kit except for, like I said, this stand and my AC to DC converter. I'm going to push this fuel filter on. I don't know if that helped much. I think it just helped I just wet the end of the filter to get that on. Now, I need my clamp on there. I forgot almost. It's going to go that way. I think it's going to go from like the tank through that way. That's what I'm doing. Put my clamp on. This one is going to go over that. Don't forget to put your clamps on before you slide it over this stuff. Push, twist, push, twist. There we go. So you got it all the way on. Now I can put my little clamp on there. All the way down. There. Next is my fuel pump. I'm going to mount this. Since I'm mounting this to that plywood, I'm just going to use my own wood screws. Just careful you don't put a hole in your tank. All right, I'm going to put the exhaust and the air intake on the bottom. Now, the metal pipe that comes with it for the exhaust only fits on one side. It doesn't fit on this side. So I'm going to put it on the side that it fits on. Like there's the one end of the heater has like a waffle cover on it. This goes on the opposite side of that. I need a hose clamp. All right, I'm going to put my, like where you're going to get the cold air from outside, that pipe on. I'm going to put my hose clamp over it. Now this one here you can stretch to make longer if you want. Actually, I think before I put this on, I'm going to put this fuel line on there so it won't be in my way. I don't know how long I need this, so I'm just going to put this big long piece on for now. We'll cut it to whatever length I need, or you cut it for whatever length you need. Don't forget to put the little tiny clamps on first, or it's going to be a pain to put that whole thing over your whole fuel line. Alright, that should be good. I'm going to put this clamp, you'll see on the where you put it on the bottom of your heater, it has a little raised part on that little nipple that sticks out. So I'm going to try to keep that clamp on there. I think it'll keep it a little tighter. Okay, there's that. Now I'm going to put this pipe on. Like that. Now let me spin this around, and I'm going to put it out through the holes I got in my wall here. Now I made that out of like a piece of, I think they call that cement board, like you would put on your floor, so that won't burn. There was like little strands in there, and I burnt some of them strands off with my torch. That's why it looks a little burnt right now. Let's go outside and put this piece on. This I think definitely needs to go on. This will go on the pipe, not your exhaust, because it's plastic. This is going to go on where it sucks the air in, which is the black pipe. This clamp over the black pipe, and I can kind of screw this on it. There we go. Put this clamp on. Just like that. All right, now I have my fuel line coming off my tank through the filter, and it needs to go into your pump. There's an arrow right here on the pump. Hopefully that would make sense, that would point toward the heater. So I'm going to put the arrow toward the heater. And I think I am going to mount my fuel pump right back here. Make sure you put this piece over your fuel pump before you put all your fuel lines on. Just push it on there. Like that. All right, now, all right, I have my fuel pump all hooked up, and that other nut was a 10 millimeter. Yeah, same nuts that you would connect this metal plate to your heater with. I'm going to connect this pipe on here. This is where your hot air should blow out. I don't really feel like I need mine this long, but I'm going to put it this long for now. And like I said before, all these hose clamps are a 7 millimeter. Put that hose clamp on. And like I said, I'm going to see how loud it is before I put this on. Now I took the little screen that comes with it, and you can take the back of it off. I mounted that right there. You mount yours wherever you want. There is a little protective film on it too if you want to take that off. The couple little screws I used for that didn't come with it. I just had them. I definitely think we are ready to hook all the wires up now. This big one, there's one large one, goes into the main one that comes out of the heater. You can only put that on there one way. Okay, and it kind of clips into place. So this black one is going to go on your fuel pump. That kind of clips into place also. Now these two wires are going to go, the red and white, or the red and the black wire are going to go either to your 12-volt battery, or like I have my AC to DC converter. And there is a fuse here. I'm just going to open this up, make sure there's a fuse in there. It'd be pretty crazy if there wasn't. Screwdriver there to pop that open. Yep, okay, we definitely have a fuse. I'm going to clamp this one last white one to my screen. All right, I have my positive and negative wire hooked up. Everything's clipped into place. Now I'm just going to turn on my power. I guess I got to hit the power button. There we go. Looks like it works. All right, I got some diesel in there, and I'm only filling mine up a little bit just in case something goes wrong. You don't have a lot of diesel in there. I don't want to have diesel all over the place. It says long press this for 2 seconds. Ooh, there we go. All right, so you hit the power button and you just hold it in. Ooh, I hear a fan running. I'm gonna guess it's heating up the glow plug. While we wait for that, I do have a few parts left. It's not a big deal. Uh-oh, here we go. Now that noise is my fuel pump trying to pump fuel up. I can see fuel way over here. I would think it's going to take maybe a couple times to get all the air purged out of the system. Speeding up. I don't see no leaks. That's good. There is air blowing out of the end. You can see when you look at the fuel lines, you'll see the fuel pumping through it. It's going to have to work all that air out. The longer your line, probably the longer this is going to take to light it up for the first time. Back here, right after the tank, it looks like there's no air in it. Ooh. My exhaust line, I just kind of touched that a little bit. My exhaust line is hot, so just be careful. You can definitely see on the screen, looks like we have a high, goes up to 6, and down to 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1. That would be low. That's what I'm guessing. I'm going to put it like on 4. And you can see the air blowing out of this. I think it's shutting down right now because it didn't light. And that's probably because of all that air in the system. So I'll let this shut down and we'll start it up one more time. See if it takes off the second time. Now some of this video I may be fast forwarding for you because you're not going to want to sit there and just listen to that thing click and click. But it does take some time to get that fuel to run through that line and for the glow plug to heat up. And like I said, it may take 1 or 2 times the first time you initially hook all this up to all that fuel and you get all that air out of the line. All right, I have another way you can prime this. If you have a lot longer like fuel line, like if you end up using almost all this fuel line or maybe say even half of this fuel line, you can manually prime that. Now you just got to be careful because it will keep priming and priming and priming, and you don't want to, the glow plug will not be on. It's just, all it's going to do is prime it. It's going to take your fuel from here and it's going to put it in the burn chamber. So you could fill that entire burn chamber up with fuel, then you're just going to have too much fuel in there. So you're going to want to watch your lines when you do that. If it looks like you're maybe starting to get fuel real close to here, I would stop it. Then just turn it on like I already showed you, so the glow plug turns on and it starts pumping it in there. I would probably, just try to get some of that air out of there by priming it. That way, because if you, like I said, if you have that really long fuel line, you'd have to turn this thing on and off the way I did it, probably 3, 4, 5 times or something like that. So you can manually prime that by just pushing. You push these 2 arrows and it will start priming. You're going to see your little fuel pump start priming. And then it looks like I pushed the power button, I think twice, to turn it off because it will just keep going. I think eventually it does stop, but I got to stop mine right away because I already have fuel in my lines. So if you hold that, it's priming and it's showing the fuel pump. See that? If I just push that, it stopped. But it will keep priming and priming. It primes really fast then. That would get all your air out if you, like I said, if you have a long fuel line. And another thing I seen, if you see in my video here, my fuel pump is the wrong way. I'm going to loosen that up and spin that. You want to have, I found out where the fuel comes out and goes into the burner, this part should be up. It should be on a 45 the other way, not the way I have it. So like this, where I connect the wires and where the arrow, like my arrow is pointing down right now. That arrow should be pointing up. right around 30 degrees, or like 35 to 40, probably like 30 to 40 degrees. That should be pointing up. All right, I fixed my fuel pump. Now I just want to be careful of this fuel line right here. It's kind of rubbing against my stand I built. So I'm going to try to put something right here, because I think over time that could cut that fuel line, and then I'd have a mess. But that's how it's supposed to be. That has something to do with keeping the fuel pump like lubricated in there. And you're going to see in the rest of the video, I'm kind of putting this in the middle of my video. I did this little part of the video is like 3 or 4 days later. You're going to see that fuel pump wrong throughout the rest of the video. But I'm just telling you now, that's how it's supposed to be. All right, I think it's lit off this time. I definitely can feel heat blowing out of there. That's blowing a lot of heat. Holy crap. That's exciting. Ha! This thing's pretty awesome. Hang on, I'll go get my infrared thermometer. We'll see what kind of heat's blowing out of there. Let me let it warm up for a second. All right, let me put my infrared thermometer in here and see what kind of heat that's blowing. 125, 130. It's definitely hot. Way up in there is 155, 106, 100. You can't even hold it. It's hot. It's getting hotter. I think this. I was kind of doing this just to kind of experiment around with this thing. I really think this thing's going to make enough heat for my little garage here. That's just crazy, wild. Now this is high. Let me see again. Yeah, about 170. I got about 170 up in there. That little thing can blow some hot air. That's wild. Really crazy. Whew. I'm really excited. This thing works awesome so far. Let's see what we got now. I'll bring you over here if I don't burn I can't hold my hand there. It's so hot. 170, 180. Yeah, 180, 190 degrees coming out of there. The exhaust pipe is 133, 130. All right, let me take you outside real quick and I'll show you how loud the exhaust is with the muffler, or what they call it, the exhaust silencer. We'll put this on, I'll show you how loud it is, and I'll take it off and show you how loud it is. This is how loud it is, and I'm standing just a couple feet from it. It's really not that loud. Now I'll put the silencer on. The silencer does definitely quiet it down some, but I really don't think it's that big a deal with my garage, leaving that off. And I've already came out here and checked. Nothing down here really seems to get hot at all. So it's really not bad. No, it's like still cold here. It's definitely working pretty dang good. No smoke, perfectly clear, but it is hot. Look at this stupid little heater. Feel the heat that's...
Gasoline?
No, it's diesel. Feel the heat that it blows out of it. I can't believe that thing makes much heat. That's crazy. If you want to use the app on your phone, it does have an app for on your phone. I just went to page 17 in the manual, and they have one for iPhone, and they have one for Android. And I don't really know what to tell you about this, but it was really, really simple. After I put the app on, I just connected it to my Bluetooth and it connected. It's showing it's on 6 right now. And it's on 6. So if I change this to 5, there it's on 5, that changes to 5. That's crazy. This is really, that's probably the most simple app I've ever seen. Let's see. Let's change it here. 4, 4, 3, 3. That's awesome. And it's showing it's running. Oh, I can change from Celsius to Fahrenheit here. So I might do that because I am in the US. And on the app, it's really easy to change it to temperature mode. Let me see. I just click mode change, temperature. Oh, I'm already on it. And I have it set for 60 degrees Fahrenheit, 61, 62. I can just put that to like 70. Let's see. There. Oh, showing 71 on there. Set for 71 degrees. Now everything's not. They're starting to slow down because I think my garage is warmer than 71 degrees right now. Yeah, it's showing it's 73 in here. That's definitely pretty cool. All right, so up here on the screen, I just turned this off. You'll do the same thing. You will hold that power button in, and then you'll see the words off come up there. Then you can let go, and it will go through the cool down function of this. I can still feel the fan kind of blowing through there really slowly. It still shows up here that the fan is spinning, and it really slows down and almost seems like it's off, but it's cooling down. All right, that's about it for this video. I hope this video did help you out with connecting everything on your Hcalory diesel heater. I am really impressed with this heater. I plan on doing some more stuff with this. I plan on trying to burn, I have it right here. I'm planning on trying to burn some used motor oil and diesel mixture in this down the road, just to see if I can so then I only have to spend for I can do 50-50 is what I'm thinking. So it'll only cost me half the price to heat with this as long as I have used oil. So I plan on making a video with that. And I might even try to get another one of these and try another one of these out. If you have any other ideas, put that down in the comments of something I could do with this just to show you guys. I just kind of want to mess around with this. It's another way of heating my garage. I don't know if I'd heat my house with this, but in an emergency, maybe I would try to heat my house with this. Now I'm going to also get a carbon monoxide detector because all this different stuff, and maybe something like this that's built in China. I'm a little skeptical on it, but I've watched a lot of other videos on these things, and there's a lot of people out there that really do trust these, and they think they're really really good. But it probably ain't going to hurt to have a carbon monoxide detector in my garage just in case. And a lot of this stuff can fail, so just be safe out there. I really am impressed with this little dinky heater for the amount of heat it makes. It's really awesome. I don't know if you can tell that I'm impressed, but I definitely am impressed. But I hope this video helped you out. Please give me a thumbs up for this video. Leave me a comment down below. Just let me know if I helped you out. Let me know where you guys live. And hit that subscribe button to help support this channel. I really appreciate it. And God bless and have a great heating season.